Hello, everyone. If you're returning to this channel, thank you. I'm happy to have you. And if you're new here, welcome in. My name is Atticus. Today, I will be reacting to Solo Leveling Season 1, Episode 4. Now, where we left off, Jinwoo was in his private little dungeon type thing that the game gave him, and he was facing off against an iron-toothed wolf. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said before, I don't think it would throw him into something that he's not ready for. And it is very much aware of his abilities and where he is at in his training and what he can and can't do, in my estimation. So let's see how it goes, okay? Let's get into it. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, steel-fanged lichen. That's right. That's what it was. And right where we left off. Okay, good with the handstands.
I can do that.
Yeah, you've been training, bro. Okay. So, yeah, I'm letting the intro play right now. So I knew he had increased his strength stat, and I knew that that would get better. I knew that that would help him. You know, I'm beginning to think that Jinwoo probably needs to start increasing his intelligence stat. Because our boy don't seem too smart right at the moment.
Lordy, no healer.
That's right.
I only packed water and food. I'm screwed. I should have brought some kind of magic weapon.
I should have brought some kind of magic weapon. Even if he didn't, why couldn't he grab some of the weapons that he defeated from foes earlier? Now, before anybody says anything, I know he's not practiced with them. He's not skilled with them. He's not going to magically pick up a weapon from somebody else that he's never used before and be proficient at it. But it's still kind of better than bare hands. And once he has it, then after the dungeon, he can train with it and learn it. Anyhow, back into it.
You want something else?
Oh, he didn't want to give the pupper his chew toy.
I've got to admit, compared to those behemoths, your mutts are nothing.
Okay. So I'm probably going to have to cut a lot of that out, or at least mute it, because they get really particular. They get really particular about music stuff. We'll see how much I'm able to leave in. But that was quite a fight. Finally showed some strength, showed that his training's paying off. I'm sure that they've mentioned this person before as to whose sword it is, and I'm just too forgetful to remember who that person is. Like many reactors, I'm not very good with names. It's going to take me a while. It's one of the reasons I have subtitles on, is so that seeing the name helps me remember the name. So that's part of why I have it on. The other reason is I am hard of hearing. You should hear how loud I have this turned up on my headphones here. But the steel-fanged lichen running that way, I'm assuming that something big's coming. So let's see what that is. Oh, woohoo.
Completing daily quests never changed that. Guess it's triggered by real combat, which explains why my wounds suddenly.
Yeah.
And the bonus for leveling up is all my stats go up by 1, which is cool, I guess. If I get 5 points each time, and daily quests only net me 3, fighting definitely seems like the way to go. I wonder if 1 point really makes a noticeable difference in power, as there are values for perception and intelligence too. But
Is strength really the easiest one to gauge? I would think that some of the others would be equally easy to gauge. I would think that he'd be able to gauge intelligence, or at least somebody else should be able to gauge intelligence. I noticed his intelligence was 11, which his strength is 32. And also, it could be an exponential thing where, you know, going from 10 to 11, you don't notice much of a difference. But going from, say, 49 to 50, you notice a difference. I guess the other word I'm looking for is logarithmic, but math was never my forte. So, anyhow, back into it.
Based on what I've learned, I'm willing to bet that I have unlimited potential now. My level and abilities would just keep going up. That's true. Then I can get stronger. Oh, I've only killed 5 magic beasts, so maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me see here. Did you drop any essence stones?
And our boy might be a little bit screwed. That's a lot of steel-fanged lichens he's going to have to go through. Well, he did want to level up, so maybe he'll make it. Maybe he won't. At least with that exposition, we learned a lot more of what's going on here. So, I'm not sure this is an E rank dungeon the way he's thinking it is, but maybe it is. I'm thinking it might be completely different ranked and everything. But that's me.
I shouldn't be afraid. After all, I've already died once. I'm not going down easy. And I expect a good...
Okay, so we're about to see how much he's leveled up. I probably shouldn't have paused here. But he's leveling up. It looks like each kill is leveling him up. So hopefully it turns out good. Notification. You have acquired title, Wolf Assassin. And we are back at the dungeon in the street.
Yeah, that can't be good. The association needs to fix this staff.
Back to Jinwoo. Ooh.
It's pretty much spent. At the end of the day, every weapon is disposable. Even the ones with outrageous price tags are ruined after a handful of dungeon runs. But I know this sword is why I'm still here.
Title, Wolf Assassin. A title given to those skilled at hunting wolves. Animal type monsters. All abilities plus 40%. Okay. I may not understand exactly what it means by animal type monsters, all abilities plus 40, but I'm sure I will learn. Inventory.
That battle scored me 34 wolf fangs, 2 horn daggers, a traveler's cloak, and look at that. A safe escape via my shiny new teleportation stone. Should I call it and leave? What if I never get the chance to level up this easily again? This dungeon might vanish the instant I teleport.
I don't think it will.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a limited time event.
That it could be.
Makes the disappearing thing all the more likely. Ultimately, being played by someone or something. On the Buddha's palm doing my little dance. Do I keep going forward or head back?
Only one way to know. Okay, so he put the stone back away and he's going forward. thankfully.
So I can sense it. There's something powerful beneath me, and it's giving me.
So there we can actually see. So there we can actually see that even small increments do in fact cause increases. And as for Juhi, that poor girl is so traumatized, but thankfully she's coming out of it and getting back to work as a healer, which is good because that's always something that you want to have. I'm glad that she's there and doing that. Hopefully Juhi is able to meet back up with Jinwoo eventually, and they're able to talk and he's able to take her to that dinner he owes her. I haven't forgotten about it. I have a feeling she hasn't forgotten either. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what's down there that he can perceive now. So let's get back into it.
I doubt I can level up any more here. And this sword's a few swipes away from breaking.
Into the belly of the beast he goes.
Is it just me, or does this thing have more steps than it used to?
You're probably at the F train in Midtown. Okay, there. I finally got a proper pronunciation of the station. Hapjeong. Hapjeong Station. Good. I've got to hear things first before I can really know how it's said. And I would be wary of any water flooding a subway tunnel, especially considering most subways run off of electricity. That's why you don't want to touch that third rail. I would imagine either the whole system is short circuited and fried, or all of that water is electrified. Most likely, short circuited and fried. That's what happened to the one train during Superstorm Sandy when I was up there. So, ooh.
It's fast!
And the sword is shattered.
The sword! What color's the name? Come on, please be white.
Oh no, this is going to be
I leveled up 14 times.
past red.
Surely you have to be.
Oh, it's orange. And see, that right there, what can I do against armor this thick? What can I do against armor this thick? That right there is one of the reasons why I was saying he needs to increase his intelligence stat so that he can think quick on his feet and know more about what he's going up against. It's all well and good to be strong, but you can't rely on just being strong. That's not good.
The little strength I gained was huge for me.
That is a prime example of how even small increments can have a huge difference between them. Think of it like the Richter scale. That one is definitely logarithmic and definitely has a massive difference between levels. I don't think that sword's going to do you any good now, bud. I think it's safe to say that the King of the Swamp believes in you for dinner. And for this boss, I'm thinking he needs a different weapon. It's just this isn't cutting it. He, especially not that it's shattered and dulled and everything from the previous fighting. He needs a different weapon. He needs to check his inventory again. Strength is not the only thing. Yes, strength is important, but strength can be measured in more than just muscle power. And just because he hasn't seen it work the right way because he's surrounded by a bunch of meatheads, that doesn't mean that that's not true. He just hasn't been in the right situation, I don't think. All right, let's see if he can defeat this boss. Okay, that's one way to defeat the snake. But I seriously doubt that's the only way to defeat the snake. There had to be another way. I gotta say, I'm not digging the whole message of stronger, 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 stronger. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be stronger. Because it's strength is measured many different ways. It's not just, you know, physical power. I hope he learns that lesson. Leveled up, leveled up.
Even if it's just a bit. Weakest hunter of all mankind got stronger.
You have defeated a king of the swamp, blue-fanged Kasaka.
Oh, it has double the attack power of Mr.
And
plus paralysis.
item, Kasaka's Venom Fang. Acquisition difficulty C rank. Category dagger. I cannot talk today. Attacked plus 25. Paralysis. Opponent cannot move for a set time. Drain health points minus 1% per second. A dagger made from a Kasaka's Venom Fang. It contains Kasaka Venom. Okay.
The attack power of Mr. Keem's sword, plus paralysis and drain effects. What do we have here? Seems too scary to use, but
Kasaka's Venom Gland. That's pretty cool. Acquisition difficulty A rank. Category poison. Kasaka's armor scales. Physical damage minus 20%. Damaged muscle. Strength minus 35%. This pouch contains refined Kasaka poison. On rare occasions, you can harvest this from a Kasaka. Once you drink it, your skin will harden, but your muscles will be permanently damaged from the poison. Okay. So maybe that's going to finally teach him that physical strength is not the end. It's not the end all be all. We'll now revert to its original state. And he's standing there.
it's like a ghost town. What time is it?
Hey, you! No civilians beyond this point. Did you not listen to the broadcast?
What broadcast?
Look, kid, this isn't a joke. Wait.
Yeah, the dungeon break.
How many magic beasts are still wreaking havoc, sir?
Most have been dealt with since it's nearing the end. Only one left now, and it's a big one.
My enhanced perception told me as much. It's over there. The boss is alive and kicking.
Okay, first of all, I have a feeling that looking at the time, we're going to get him to the fight and pause it. The episode's probably going to end right as he's getting to that boss. But at least he learned his perception is useful and that his perception could be a little bit important. And hopefully he also next learns intelligence. He probably, now that I think back on his conversations with Juhi, he could probably use some work in his charisma as well.
No pictures, please. You should be evacuated.
How much longer will this take?
What if this fight continues to escalate and gets even worse?
Come on, healers. Focus all of your energy on supporting the tank.
That's what we're doing, can't you tell?
Are none of you damage dealers taking this seriously? I don't think you put a single crack in this rock.
Its defense isn't.
Thank God. This kid is about to go up against something that doesn't really take much damage from physical attacks. He's gonna hopefully he's gonna finally learn that physical strength is not everything. Hopefully he learns that lesson in this one. Do you blame her? I don't blame her. Exactly. You did it with his help. Now let's see him meet up with Juhi. That was pretty cool though. That one strike that he was able to do. That was pretty cool, and it went right through those defenses. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Our attacks barely scratched it, then suddenly its shield was obliterated. No one goes from doing 0 to 100 damage, so it wasn't us. Who or what was it? A boss-level golem that withstood the attacks of over 10 hunters completely unfazed. Got done in by a piece of junk? Excuse me, sir. Yes?
Did you happen to see who threw that broken sword?
Yeah, it was that straggler hunter.
Ooh, I like that she saw him and recognized him. Get that girl a dinner. I mean, come on. Yep. Okay. So, our boy Jinwoo, he's come up in his strength and rank. I think he needs to learn a few lessons now. That last monster was pretty pretty tough for them. So for all the others, but for him it was just a single one strike. I think he's faulty in his logical reasoning with strength being so important. Of course it is important. Of course you do have to be strong. You're not going to be someone built like me and go up against someone, or you're not going to be someone built like me and go up against, like, say, a bear. That's folly. But you could be someone built like me and go up against something of equal size and skill. That being said, I don't do a lot of fighting. I don't like fighting. I try to de-escalate as much as I can whenever the situation calls for it. Like when I'm on the road driving and somebody does something incredibly stupid in front of me, my normal reaction is to roll my eyes, let off the gas, and let them go about their day and get the hell away from me. I don't care what somebody else does on the road as long as they don't do it near me. But I think he's got some lessons to learn. But I'm glad to see him advancing, and I'm really glad to see that Juhi saw him. And hopefully that will enable her to recover herself some. And hopefully she's able to reach out to him, and they are able to have if nothing else, just a nice noodle dinner. That would be nice. Go have some noodles or something. Have a nice talk. Reconnect. That's all I'd like. That's all I'd like to see from them. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike, don't care. It's help feed the algorithm gods. And I will see everyone on the next one. There's another show I'm thinking of doing, but I'm unsure about it. And I'm anxiously awaiting the Gaslight District for the next, whatever comes next for Gaslight District. I'm super excited about the news from Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss. Once they are back, I will bring them back. I've already seen what is out, so I can't really do reactions. I was originally going to try to have friends join so that I could get them reacting to these shows, so that there could be content that I really enjoy that I'd love to be putting up and everything, but nobody wants to see somebody watch something for a second, third, fourth time. So I was hoping for that was going to happen, and it just hasn't. But also, I do plan on doing more Twitch streams, so watch my posts for that. I will always post on my YouTube channel as to when I'm going to be going live on Twitch. And I will see everyone on the next reaction. And until then, see you all later. Bye.